What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys, we are getting close. I can feel it. We are getting close to the end of this mod pack, guys. So last episode, we ended up getting our Infinity Catalyst, which is super awesome. The next thing we needed to work on was getting the ultimate Singularity, and we have a good portion of all the fidget spinners that we need in order to progress. We are missing a few of them here. This one, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have those bookmarked right here. These are the ones that we need. So the very first one, or I guess the very last one would be down here, Fluix Singularity. Now this is an interesting one. So it is 10,000 Fluix crystals in order to make a Singularity. Well, that should be fairly easy for us. If we look here, we can make Fluix and I can tell it to craft it, no problem. But yeah, we're going to need 20,000 Fluix in order to make the 2 fidget spinners that we are going to need. So if we look, yeah, if we do this and we tell it to craft up 20,000, actually, trying to press the wrong buttons, 20,000. Actually, I guess we don't need that many. How many do we need? We need, I guess about 17,000. Let's say 17,000. Okay, so 17000. Okay, so we do that. It looks like we have all the stuff. I'll tell it to start up, and then we should start collecting Fluix, which is awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for this to finish up, which is gonna take a little bit of time. But a thing that I have noticed about crafting up this Fluix, yeah, there's a little bit of a problem here. It just stopped, right? It's no longer crafting the Fluix crystal. The problem is we're dumping all of these items into the crystal growth chamber, which is not leaving any room for it to start crafting. Yeah, so it needs inventory space for the items to go in, and then needs inventory space for the crafted items to go somewhere. There isn't like some craft screen over here, like a crafting grid. Yeah, we need to limit the amount of items that can go into this thing. So I'm going to cancel. Let's cancel this. Let's take all of these items out. Can I space click? I can't. All right, I'll just kind of take these all out since the recipe is now broken. Grab these guys and these guys. So we're going to change the recipe a little bit here. Let's go upstairs. I believe we can access that from our pattern terminal here, or interface terminal. So we want Fluix, and that is in the crystal growth chamber. We want this one. So we're going to change this recipe. So right now we have 1 charge plus 1 nether quartz plus 1 redstone equals 2. Let's change this so we have a stack of each. So a stack of charge, a stack of quartz. Do we have extra quartz in here? We have some, but they're not crafted. Let's just tell us craft up some so we have them. Okay. So we had quartz and now they're gone again. What process do I have that's taking my quartz and doing stuff with it? Okay, well that's another problem in itself. Wait, were we making quartz singularities down here? Is that a thing? Is that what's going on? Yes. Yes, okay. So I need to stop these. We just put those into our singularity compressor here. Yeah, blocks of quartz. Let's eject these things. Grab a whole bunch of these out of the system because those aren't going back in there. And those should be going into compacting drawers, so we should be able to get the quartz items back out. Was that all of them? Oh man, there's so much in there. Okay, so now quartz. Yeah, now we got 13,000. Perfect. Okay, so that should no longer be putting quartz into the compressor over there. All right, so back to this thing. We wanted the quartz. So there's that, and then we wanted redstone. Not that, this. Okay. So that's going to make Fluix crystal, but that's going to make more than 2. So we need Fluix. That's going to make 2 stacks, so we can click there, and then we do this. It says it's only going to make 64 on this, but it actually makes 128 because it's expecting 2 stacks of Fluix crystals. So now we can go back over to our crystal growth accelerator chamber. Yep. Put that in there. And if we come down here, we need to change up. What did I do here? You know what? I had rearranged some cables here, and I think the crystal growth chamber wasn't getting power anymore the way we have things set up. So I ended in this thing, and then I guess I was lazy and I didn't put a cover on there. Anyway, let's get over here. So yeah, we have an interface here. So we're going to set this to blocking mode. Do not push crafting items if the inventory contains items. So what should happen is if we queue up 17,000 again, it's going to push in the stack of everything, craft up 2 stacks of Fluix, and then when everything's out of there, it'll do the next one. It'll be slightly slower, but it should still work pretty good, I think. So let's try that again. If we do Fluix and we want, well, let's say 16,000 because we're almost there, and then I'll just craft up a few more. Let's do 16,100. We'll do something like that. Okay, so we'll do this, and nope, that did not work. Okay, so why does that not work? It says, do not push crafting items if inventory contains items. We might have to do this another way. I was expecting that to work. It just pushed everything in here. All right, guys. Well, I think I might have fixed it. It seems like things are working. I queued up 10,000 and yeah, we're kind of like limiting how fast these items can go in here. So we have our ME interface going into a chest and we are only putting a stack in here and then we're extracting out. And then this thing is also set to do not push crafting items if inventory contains items. So it's only going to put in 1 stack at a time. And then we are extracting out of that using Ender IO conduit with only 7 extract upgrades. Now, if this is going too fast, we can take an upgrade out or 2 upgrades out or whatever, but it seems like this is going okay. I originally had the full stack in there, all 15, and then it was like filling up and not keeping up, so I removed half of them. But yeah, it seems like we're doing okay. I was going to use this limited item filter, which only allowed 1 stack of each item in there, so if we put this back in here, this will probably start finishing up a lot of these things here. We can kind of see that work. But yeah, I feel like that's just making it go too slow. So yeah, there we go. So it's only going to keep a stack of every item in there. And then it kind of like round robins, or it doesn't really round robin. It does whatever the first item is. And then when that runs out, then it like grabs the other ones. Unfortunately, it doesn't like try and keep all of them full at the same time. So I feel like the limited item filter is just not going to work for us here. But yeah, it seems like if we do it this way, it is keeping up pretty good. We can probably remove like a couple of those and it'll still be working okay. I think, maybe. I don't know. It is definitely going slower than I'd like it to go. But it is gonna work and we can just queue up all of the Fluix that we want. So let's cancel this. Let's see how much we have here. We have 11,000. So we want another 9,000. So let's queue up 9,000. And now we will have those in the system when we want them. Yeah, so that's going to work okay. Yeah, there we go. Now they're coming in. I was like, wait, what's going on? Yeah, so we will have the Fluix, so that's good. So now we can start working on some of these other items that we have. Let me grab a... Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Where is my thing? This guy. I wanted to grab myself a... What is it called? A facade? Yeah, we want one of these Keeble facades. Boop, there we go. Now that's done the way it should be. Okay, put all that stuff away. Cool. So now that we have that done, Fluxed Electrum Singularity. So we need Fluxed Electrum ingots, which we get from Fluxed Electrum Blend. Yeah, I don't think there's a way for us to melt these down and then cast them out. I think we actually have to do the same kind of a thing that we did over here. Yeah, that was a... What were we doing here? I don't remember. Was it diamonds? Okay, so yeah, if we put Electrum Blend in here, or what is it called? Just Electrum Dust? Put that in there, then I'll turn it into the Flux Electrum Blend. Yeah, so we could do that. How are we doing on Electrum? So Electrum is something that we can cast out, so we can make a whole bunch of that. I don't think there's a good way for us to make the powder, though. So again, we need the ingots, and to get the ingots, we have to use sand and the Flux Electrum Blend in an induction smelter. We could make an arc furnace, so we don't need the sand, or we can do it with a fluid infuser, which would be a different setup. I don't know. I think I will play around with this one and figure that one out. I think we're just going to use these guys over here just because it's simpler. So Magnesium Diboride Alloy Singularity. So Magnesium Diboride Alloy. This is another one that doesn't really have a good way for us to melt it down in order to cast it out. So we are going to have to do this. So let's look at Magnesium Diboride Alloy. So we're going to need 20,000 of these. Will the system even allow us to do this? No. So we are missing cinnabar, I guess, for the boron ore. I wonder if we can cast out boron. I'll have to look at that. And then we're also missing magnesium ingots. So boron, let's go click into here. Let me do this, make it simpler. So boron, can we cast out, can we melt that down and cast it out? Oh yeah, okay. So we can make all the boron this way. And then the other one was magnesium, which I'm pretty sure we could do the same thing. We come over here, ingot former. Yeah, molten magnesium turns into the ingots. Okay, so I'll have to cast out all of those and we'll run them through the machines. And then black quartz singularity. So that requires us to have black quartz, which we can get through mystical agriculture. I don't think, did we ever set that up? I don't think we ever did. No, okay. So we have to figure this one out. So we can smelt down the ores. We can pulverize to get 2. So that'd be the way you'd want to do it. What other options? So if we have the dust, which I think we did, we can put it through the enrichment chamber to get these. And anything else? It doesn't really look like it. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to get enough black quartz. Black quartz. Oh, we have enough. I didn't see that we had 20,000 of the ores. Okay, so we'll have to process those. Oh, you know what? I thought that was black quartz here. It's not. Yeah, so we will have to process about 13,000 of those in order to make the singularity. Okay, well, I got some things that I need to work on here. I'm just going to go ahead and start getting those going, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, well, there's the last of the singularities being made that we needed, and we have an extra 357 black quartz. Go and clear out these things. Okay, I didn't think that got cleared up, but it did. All right, very good. And there is all the extra black quartz out of our compressor. Awesome. So these are the singularities that we needed. So let's come over here real quick, and we will take a look at the chest. So next to the Certus quartz, let's go back to this one. We needed black quartz. That was the one we just did. And then next to hard carbon, we had magnesium followed by flux. So magnesium, fluxed, and then fluix. So that should be all of the things that we need here. Let me go ahead and clean up my inventory. So we're going to do similar to what we did before. So we will take this row and scroll. Actually, am I scrolling that the wrong way? I might be scrolling that the wrong way. Okay. I think these have to go in a certain order, right? So let's see. We would have to do it this way. And then the first item in the next line is copper. So we want, yeah, we go this way. Okay. So then we do that. So we go this, this, and then we do it the reverse way, I think. Okay, this, and then this. Okay, so there we go. There's our ultimate singularities. Oh my goodness. So we have the infinity catalyst and the ultimate singularities. Ah, my goodness, guys. So we can take all of those off our list of things to do. So now we need the crystal matrix ingot. So that's 2, 4. So we need 8 of those plus a neutron. So crystal matrix, I said 8, right? Those are pretty simple to craft up. And done. All right, and then the neutronium. I'm not sure how much we need. Let's just say 100. We should be able to craft those no problem. Yeah, that's probably more than enough. Okay, so over here, we do this, and oh my goodness, we have our first infinity ingot. Woo! We did it, boys. We did it. All right, so this chest is no longer needed as far as I know. So now that we have the infinity ingot, the next step is we need to melt this thing down and then pour it out and cast out all of the infinity ingots. So to melt it down, we can do it in Magma Crucible. Looks like we can just do it right into the smeltery. Maybe the Magma Crucible would be best. Do we have an extra Magma Crucible? No. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. We want to get this into fluid form, and then we want to put that into something that we can extract and then click onto click onto the I'm losing my train of thought. I don't have the item in my inventory. It's a creative tank. Creative fluid tank. Yeah, well, how did they get ender pearl? What the heck? Did an Enderman die over here? Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we want to be able to melt this thing down, put it into something that we can click onto here. And the best way to do that is a reservoir. Maybe we have a melter upstairs. Is that what we've done before? I cannot remember. Melter. I do see one right here. So if we do that, we do this. Can I click on it here? Okay, so there we go. Now we have molten infinity in this. All right, so we come over here and then we put down this guy right here. And then I right click this onto here and oh my goodness, guys, we have all the molten infinity. Okay, so now molten infinity is hardening up into the ingots and those are going into our system and we should have literally all of the infinity ingots. That's so good. So we can take these guys and turn them into blocks. How about a stack of infinity blocks? Oh my goodness, guys. So that is awesome. So I don't know how much of this we need. Let's grab a bucket. I always like grabbing a bucket of these fluids so we can always click it back on this tank should we need more later. Okay, so now we have an extra bucket of fluid in our system. We can go ahead and clear that out. So yes, we have the infinity blocks, we have the infinity ingots. So where are we at on making a creative vending upgrade? That's the next question. So we only needed 2 of those plus all of our creative items that we have. Solar arrays are some of the next things that we need to do. Solar array tier 6. We need these ultimate catalysts. Let's see, that was 4, 8, so we need 16 ultimate, the ultimate. So we already pre-crafted those up. We need resonant cell frames. I feel like I crafted some of these things up, but I'm not actually sure. Resonant cell frame. I don't see those. We have the empty one, so we're gonna have to fill those guys. We need chaotic cores. So those, it's a total of 4 of those, right? Yeah. So we are going to need 16 awakened core, and those are not auto-craftable. I think the awakened core uses 4 of the other cores in them, right? So we need a stack of wyvern cores. All right, well, let's tell the system to craft up 64 of those guys. We're gonna need those. We have everything? Looks like we do. All right, so craft that. That's gonna take a minute for 64 of those to be processed. What else do we need here? Yeah, the solar arrays. Let's take a look at doing this because I don't think we have crafted very high on the solar arrays. We have done some. So solar array, we have auto craft up to the tier 3. Okay, so let's do solar array. So we can auto craft it here. So we need a 4, 5, and then we need 6s, and we need 2 of those, right? So the 4 requires 1 of the 3. Yeah. The 5 requires 1 of the 4. And then some other stuff. And then the 6 requires 1 of the 5. Plus even more stuff. Oh no. More singularities, more stuff. Okay, well let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Oh, it requires a draconic power core too. Interesting. Alright. So pellets of RTG. All right, well, let's start working on the tier 4s. We're gonna need 2 of those, right? Let me just double check. So it's a tier 6. Yeah, we need 2 of these guys. So in order to do this, we're gonna need Palladium solar cell. All right, and it is how many of those? Let's go back to this thing. So that is 3, 6. So we need 12. So we need 24 total for 2 of these guys. Can we craft those up? Looks like we can, so we'll go ahead and tell the system to start crafting those guys. We're gonna need 8 advanced solar generator. So we have those in auto craft as well. Cool, go ahead and craft those. We are gonna need palladium blocks, that's fine. Reinforced cell frame full. We have those in auto craft. What else do we have here? Energy cell frames, so we need 6 of those. We can craft all of these things. This is fantastic. Okay, so we are just waiting for all this stuff to craft up, and then I need 2 solar array controller tier 3. Now those are auto craftable too, so let's craft those. So it looks like it's craftable. Oh, now we can. But we were running out of CPUs. Okay, so we got lots of stuff like on autocraft here trying to be processed. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this stuff to finish up so we can actually make these items, and we'll be back, guys. Well, while I was working on the solar, I noticed that we aren't producing any power, so I came back here to our generator, see what's up, our fusion reactor, and yeah, apparently we aren't producing tritium anymore, this stuff. And this is made in the solar neutron activator when you have the gaseous lithium just put into it, and it's got solar. And the gaseous lithium is from liquid lithium deconcentrated into the gas, right? So, I mean, nothing's changed here. We have the liquid lithium being deconcentrated into the gaseous stuff, which is going to our gas tubes into the bottom of our solar neutron activators. There is lithium here, but it is not outputting. I don't understand what's going on with this. This should be getting full. In fact, this has been working for months, or however long we have this thing set up for. I don't even know anymore. And it just stopped working. I don't know. Maybe I should reload the mod pack. Maybe there's something wrong. I've tried breaking and replacing. Do these things even hold an internal inventory? This has 1 NBT. This has 2. This is probably the one that has the speed upgrades, the ones we were just using. So we put that back. Upgrades, yeah, it's got speed. Yeah, nothing's happening here. Show recipe. Lithium, tritium. I don't know. I'm very confused. So I guess the other thing we can do is try putting down one of our new ones that we have, because we had to make the a few more of these things for this recipe here to make the tier 6. So this is the one without NBT, and we put it here. And now this is working? Or at least it sounded like it was working. It sounded like it was doing something. Oh, actually, no, that was this guy over here producing some gaseous lithium. Yeah, that's not... I'm super confused, guys. I'm gonna reload the pack. Well, a relog seems to have fixed it. Now, because this thing was broken for whatever reason, I have to charge up these lasers and refire it. We're not making power during this entire process. I think I need to get 800 million of the laser power in this one thing. Okay, well, that's pretty annoying. I wonder why that happened. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, anyway, we got tritium going back into this thing, and then I'm also gonna have to make a new one of those items that goes into this. I can never remember what it's called. I'll have to figure that all out. But anyway, you take that and you fill it up full of the DT fuel. Anyway, I'm gonna get that figured out. We'll get this sorted. We'll be back. Yeah, so we need a whole lot of rubber. So we need to make 8 of these high voltage, what are they called? High voltage solar arrays. I think we just now got enough rubber in order to do this. Yeah, it doesn't look like it says that we can't do it, other than the fact that the crafting plan requires too many bytes. Where does it say? Yeah, right here, 46,000 tiny dry rubber. Guys, we have been going through so much of this stuff. I finally put my time in a bottle in a mechanical user just to speed up the latex processing unit. I put the astral sorcery thing over here. And how much are we up to now? Yeah, we're up to about 50,000. I think we can turn this off. Let that time clock up in my inventory. We had like 82 hours, I think, on this thing. Anyway, so we can get rid of that. We no longer need this. I did add in some mechanical pipes back here to fill in a whole bunch of water. And down below with our water supply, bring it down here. Yeah, we have 8 or 9 of these dense infinite water sources being extracted with extraction speed upgrades. It's so crazy trying to get that much stuff. Anyway, now that we have that, I need to take about 3 hours and wait for these things to craft up. How many can I craft at a time? Is it like 3 of them? I can't do 3. I think I have to craft 2 at a time. Yeah, let me craft that. So there's one recipe. Now it won't let me do this one. Why not? What are we missing? We just don't have any CPUs available? I'm actually kind of confused why it won't let me do that. I want 2 more. It won't let me do it. It doesn't say why though. Anyway, I'll get this sorted. We'll be back. Wow, so I've been crafting stuff and working on this for so long now, guys. So we have the ability to make 2 solar array controller tier 5s. So there we go with that. Now, I believe we've already made those before. I was looking at the quest previously, and no, environmental tech. Yeah, so it shows that we've done that before. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe we used this for another recipe or something. I can't remember. Anyway, solar array tier 6 is the one that we have not done. So we have a good amount of everything ready to go here to make these. The solar neutron activators, these do not stack. So I have 2 of them remaining in my inventory. But whew, making these high voltage solar arrays, all 8 of those, that took literally forever. Then I had to make some more singularities for these parts. And then we have 2 more items here. And I also have to make 4 more blocks of crystalline. So that's another thing that we have to do. So the 2 items that go above and below are the Draconic Reactor Core. So that's some Awakened and some Draconium. And then some Chaos Shard. Not a big deal. And the Reactor Stabilizer is some Awakened Draconium, Chaotic Core, Draconic Energy Core, and some other things. These are fairly easy to make, not a big deal. Then the Reactor Stabilizer, we can do that. Now, the thing is, it does require tier Chaotic. So that means we need Chaotic Fusion Crafting Injectors. And this needs 8 spots of Chaotic Injectors in order for it to work. The other item, the Draconic Reactor Core, this requires 7 of them. So we're going to need 8 in order to do both recipes. But this one only requires 7, right? And then it also requires Chaos Shards. So Chaotic Fusion Crafting Injectors requires a Chaotic Core per as well. So that means we need 8 of these just to be able to craft. And each one of those requires 4 cores. So we need 32 Awakened Cores just to upgrade our crafting to be able to craft with it. Oh my goodness, guys. Back to this one. Yeah, and then we're going to need 2 more Chaotic Cores for that. So we're going to need an additional 8 more. So we need 40 Awakened Cores in order to get this done. All right. I think we have run out of time for this episode. We were able to get these infinity blocks, which is super awesome. And we got a whole lot of this stuff ready to go. But we aren't quite there yet. Almost to the point where we can make our creative vending upgrades. Oh my goodness, guys. It's going to be so good when we get to that point. Whenever we make any item, we'll have all of that item from then on. It's going to be amazing. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.